Does the thought of a sudden fall, a fracture that takes ages to heal, or worse, losing your independence because your bones just aren't as strong as they used to be, ever cross your mind? It's a real fear for many of us as we get older. We often think of it as just part of aging, something inevitable that happens to everyone. You picture bones becoming brittle, fragile, almost like dry twigs ready to snap with the slightest bump. And it's true, bone density naturally declines over time. But what if I told you there's a very common, often overlooked habit that many of us fall into, especially after 60, that is actually weakening your bones faster than the natural aging process itself? It's a habit that isn't talked about enough, hidden in plain sight in our daily routines. This isn't just about getting older. It's about something we do that accelerates the process, leading to that painful reality of fragile bones and increased risk of fractures. In this video, we're going to uncover this sneaky culprit, understand exactly why it's so damaging, and most importantly, talk about simple, practical steps you can take right now to reverse its effects and start building stronger, more resilient bones, reclaiming your strength and confidence. It's easier than you might think, and the impact on your life can be enormous. Watch to the end, because there's something I'll share that might truly surprise you about your own capabilities. And now, let's really dig into this common habit that's silently undermining our bone strength. What is it? It's simply inactivity. It's the gradual shift towards a more sedentary lifestyle that creeps in as we age. Maybe you've retired and spend more time sitting. Maybe getting around feels a bit more effort than it used to. So you opt for the elevator instead of the stairs, or the car for short errands you used to walk. Perhaps aches and pains have made you wary of moving too much. So you've cut back on activities you once enjoyed. It's not necessarily laziness. It's often a combination of life changes, physical discomfort, and sometimes a misguided belief that resting more is better for aging bodies. But the truth, when it comes to your bones, is the exact opposite. Bones are living tissues, constantly being broken down and rebuilt in a process called remodeling. Think of it like a construction site. Old material is removed, and new material is brought in. This process is incredibly sensitive to the forces placed upon your bones. When you're active, when you move, walk, climb stairs, lift things, even just standing up and sitting down, you're putting stress, or load, on your bones. This stress sends a powerful signal to your bone cells, specifically the ones responsible for building new bone called osteoblasts, telling them to get to work and lay down more bone tissue. It's the fundamental principle of use it or lose it. Your bones respond to demand if you don't demand much from them. The signal to build strong, dense bone weakens, and the balance of remodeling shifts. More bone is broken down than is built, leading to a gradual loss of density, making them weaker and more porous over time. Imagine your bones like a savings account. When you're young and active, you're making big deposits, building up a substantial reserve of bone density. As you age, withdrawals start to happen naturally, and if you're not making regular deposits through physical activity, your balance starts to dwindle much faster. A sedentary lifestyle is like stopping all deposits while the withdrawals continue. It's a recipe for a depleted account. We often worry about things we should be doing, like taking supplements or eating specific foods which are important, and we'll touch on those. But we overlook this fundamental, daily habit of not moving enough. It's insidious because it's a lack of action, not a specific harmful action itself, that causes the damage. You might not even realize how much your activity level has decreased over the years. Think about your day yesterday. How much time did you spend sitting, watching TV, reading, at the computer, during meals? Now think about how much time you spent on your feet, actually moving around, walking, doing chores that involve physical effort for many. The sitting time far outweighs the active time. And this imbalance is the habit that is actively accelerating bone loss, potentially even more than your age alone. So, what can you do about it? The good news is that the use it or lose it principle works in reverse. 2. You can absolutely start making deposits back into your bone savings account. no matter your age or current fitness level. The key is to start incorporating more weight-bearing and muscle-strengthening activities into your routine. What are weight-bearing activities? These are exercises where your body works against gravity while standing. Walking is fantastic. Every step you take sends a shockwave up your leg bones and spine, stimulating those bone-building cells. Dancing is great fun and great for your bones. Hiking, if you enjoy it and are able, is also excellent. Even just standing up from a chair repeatedly puts beneficial load on your leg bones and hips. The crucial point is that the activity needs to involve your bones supporting your weight. Swimming and cycling are wonderful for cardiovascular health and muscles, but they don't provide the same bone-building stimulus because the water or the bike supports your weight. For bone health, you need that impact, that stress on the bone. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but I have arthritis, or my knees ache, or I'm worried about falling. These are completely valid concerns, and this is precisely why starting small and smart is essential. You don't need to run a marathon. Just adding a few extra minutes of walking to your day can make a difference. Could you walk to the letterbox instead of driving? Could you take a slightly longer route when you're out? Could you stand up and walk around during television? Commercial breaks. These small, consistent increases in movement throughout the day add up. Parking a little further from the shop entrance, getting off the bus one stop earlier, choosing stairs for just 1 or 2 flights if there's a handrail and you feel secure. These are all opportunities to add weight-bearing activity without needing a dedicated exercise session. The goal is to reduce that prolonged sitting time and increase your overall daily movement. Even just breaking up long periods of sitting by, standing up and moving around for a minute or 2 every hour can be beneficial. It's about making movement a more integrated part of your life, not just something you do occasionally. Your bones are literally waiting for you to give them a reason to be strong. They respond directly to the demands you place upon them. By reducing the demand through inactivity, you are inadvertently telling your body it doesn't need strong bones anymore, and it acts accordingly. Reversing this signal starts with movement. Any movement, consistently applied, building on the idea of movement. Let's look at how we can make that activity even more effective for our bones and overall strength, and why muscle strength is a critical partner in bone health, especially as we get older. We talked about weight-bearing exercises like walking being essential for stimulating bone growth through impact and load, but there's another type of exercise that's equally, if not more, important: muscle strengthening or resistance training. When you strengthen your muscles, they pull on the bones they're attached to. This pulling action provides another powerful signal to the bone to build and strengthen. Think about it. Stronger muscles demand stronger bones to anchor them. Moreover, having strong muscles provides crucial support and stability for your joints and your entire body. This improved stability directly reduces your risk of falling. And what is the primary cause of serious fractures in older adults' falls? So, building muscle is not just about looking or feeling stronger. It's a direct strategy to protect your bones by preventing the incidents that are most likely to break them. Many people hear resistance training and picture lifting heavy weights in a gym. While that's one form, it's certainly not the only, or even the necessary, form for most people starting out or looking to support bone health after 60. Simple bodyweight exercises can be incredibly effective. Think about exercises like standing up from a chair without using your hands if you can safely manage it, or doing modified push-ups against a wall. Even activities like gardening, carrying groceries, or using resistance bands provide that muscle-strengthening stimulus. The key is working your muscles against some form of resistance, making them work harder than they normally would. This doesn't mean straining yourself or lifting something you can't handle. It means challenging your muscles enough that they feel fatigued after a set of repetitions. For beginners, this could be simply doing exercises that use your own body weight. Squats using a chair for support, lunges while holding onto a counter, calf raises holding onto a sturdy surface. These are all excellent ways to build strength in the major muscle groups that support your posture and movement. Resistance bands are also a wonderful tool. They are inexpensive, portable, and come in varying levels of resistance. You can use them for exercises targeting your arms, shoulders, back, and legs. Even light hand weights, or everyday objects like full water bottles or soup cans, can be used for exercises like bicep curls or shoulder presses. The goal is progressive overload, meaning gradually increasing the challenge to your muscles over time. This doesn't have to be complicated. It could mean doing 1 or 2 more repetitions, using a slightly stronger resistance band, or holding a slightly heavier weight. Consistency is far more important than intensity when you're starting out. Aim for 2 or 3 resistance training sessions a week, allowing your muscles a day or 2 to recover in between. Now, let's talk about the building blocks that your bones need to use when they get that signal from movement and muscle activity. This is where nutrition comes in, particularly calcium and vitamin D. Calcium is the main mineral component of bone tissue. You can be doing all the right exercises, sending all the right signals to your bones to rebuild, but if you don't have enough calcium available, your body can't lay down new bone effectively. Dairy products like milk, cheese, and yogurt are well-known sources of calcium, but there are many other options, especially if you're lactose intolerant or prefer not to consume dairy. Leafy green vegetables like kale and broccoli, fortified foods like some plant-based milks and cereals, tofu, and sardines with bones are also good sources. Spreading your calcium intake throughout the day can also help your body absorb it better. Vitamin D is absolutely crucial because it helps your body absorb calcium from the food you eat. Without enough vitamin D, you can consume plenty of calcium, but it won't effectively get from your digestive system into your bloodstream and then to your bones. Our bodies produce vitamin D when our skin is exposed to sunlight. But many factors can affect this, including age, skin color, where you live, and how much time you spend outdoors, especially in sunnier months. Dietary sources of vitamin D are limited, but include fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, egg yolks, and fortified foods. For many people over 60, it's challenging to get enough vitamin D from diet and sun exposure alone, and supplementation is often recommended. It's always best to talk to your doctor about whether you need a vitamin D supplement and what dose is right for you, as they can assess your individual needs. Getting enough calcium and vitamin D isn't a substitute for physical activity for bone health, but it's like providing the necessary raw materials for the construction project that movement initiates. So, you see, combating this habit of inactivity and strengthening your bones isn't just about one thing. It's about creating a synergy between movement, strength, and nutrition. Weight-bearing exercise tells your bones to build. Resistance exercise strengthens the muscles that support your bones and prevent falls. And calcium and vitamin D provide the materials needed for that building process. Neglecting movement, the most common habit, is like having all the bricks and mortar calcium and vitamin D, but never hiring the builder's movement to put them in place. The house just doesn't get built strong. This is why inactivity is such a powerful negative force against bone health, potentially undoing the natural bone building capacity faster than age alone. It's a habit we have control over, a habit we can change, starting today. With small manageable steps, we've talked about how insidious inactivity is and how it can weaken your bones faster than you might think, acting like a drain on your bone density year after year. We've explored the power of weight-bearing activities, even simple ones like walking, to stimulate bone growth, and how muscle-strengthening exercises not only support your bones directly, but also protect them by improving balance and reducing the risk of falls. We've also touched upon the essential role of calcium and vitamin D as the vital building blocks. The truth is, this isn't just about preventing fractures. It's about maintaining your independence, your mobility, and your ability to enjoy life to the fullest as you age. Fragile bones can lead to a fear of movement, which in turn leads to more inactivity, creating a vicious cycle that's hard to break. But the good news, the truly empowering message, is that this cycle can be reversed. Your bones are resilient, living tissues that respond positively to stimulus, even at 60, 70, 80, and beyond. It is never too late to start making a difference. Every step counts. Every movement matters. Think about the common excuses or beliefs that might be holding you back. I'm too old. I'm not strong enough. Exercise is boring. These are understandable feelings, but they don't reflect the reality of what your body is capable of. You don't need to become a competitive athlete. You just need to incorporate more movement into your daily life in ways that feel accessible and sustainable for you. If walking feels daunting, start with seated exercises or simply standing up and sitting down from a chair several times a day. If you're worried about falling while walking outdoors, start by walking laps inside your home or in a local shopping center. Consider using a walking aid if it makes you feel more secure. Partnering with a friend or joining a walking group can provide motivation and social connection. Finding an activity you genuinely enjoy is key to sticking with it. Maybe it's dancing in your living room, taking a Tai Chi class, gentle water aerobics, or gardening. The best exercise is the one you will actually do consistently. Consistency, not intensity, is the magic word here. Small, regular efforts are far more effective than occasional bursts of activity. Aim for movement every day, even if it's just a 10-15 minute walk. On days you feel more energetic, do a little more. On days you don't, just do what you can. Be patient with yourself. Building bone density and muscle strength takes time, just like losing it did. But the benefits start accumulating from the very first day you make a conscious effort to move more. Beyond the bone benefits, increasing your activity levels will also boost your energy, improve your mood, help manage your weight, improve sleep, and enhance your overall sense of well-being. It's a cascade of positive effects that stem from simply countering that habit of inactivity. Remember that surprising thing I mentioned at the beginning. Here it is. Your body is still incredibly capable of adaptation and improvement. The prevailing notion that decline after 60 is steep and irreversible simply isn't true for many aspects of our health, including bone strength. Studies have shown significant increases in bone density and muscle strength in older adults who start and maintain regular exercise programs. Your age is a factor, yes, but inactivity is a modifiable factor, a habit you can change. And changing it can have a more dramatic positive impact on your bone health than anything else within your immediate control. You have the power to influence how your body ages, and it starts with challenging that sedentary habit. So, my encouragement to you today is to identify one small way you can add a little more movement into your day. Starting now, could you stand while folding laundry? Could you take the stairs for just one floor? Could you go for a 5-minute walk after dinner? Don't overthink it. Just pick one small thing and do it today. Then, aim to do it again tomorrow. Slowly, but surely. Those small efforts will build, and you'll be actively working against that bone-weakening habit. Reclaiming your strength, supporting your bones, and living your best life at every age is absolutely within your reach. I'd love to hear what small step you're going to take today to move more. Share your thoughts or ideas in the comments below. Your experience might inspire someone else. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tips and insights on living a healthy, vibrant life after 60. Remember, every day is an opportunity to make choices that support your strength and independence. Live your best life at every age.